Hello everyone, my name is Luno and welcome to my Animal Crossing Island Cape Oak. Today we are doing a speed build for Beau's house. We're building him a cute little yard. I themed it around his personality, and I think that kind of comes through with some of the furniture choices I made. And I also themed the fencing and things around the way that his house looks. I used the log wall fence, I believe is what it's called, and it matches his house because it's kind of like a log cabin type house. This build is right next to the farmer's market and directly behind Shino's house, which I know you didn't get to see Shino's house build, but you did get to see the farmer's market, so they're right next to each other. And I did add some things to the farmer's market build that you probably saw in the ending of the farmer's market video, but you didn't see me place in the video. They were placed in this part of the video. This build was done, I think, about a week ago on stream, so if you want to see things like this done live, I will link my Twitch channel in the description. It will always be there. That and my Discord server is linked in the description as well if you would like to get a hold of me outside of the YouTube comments and see what my community is up to. Right now I'm placing down some custom designs to go underneath a fence, because I wanted to more properly separate the farmer's market from Beau's yard build. And I did that with the log fence here. That's one of my favorite fences that came out in the 2.0 update, and I've been using it here and there on my island. Most of the places that I used it, I've gotten rid of actually at this point. So I hope to bring more of it back in future builds. But here's the other log fencing. I forget which one is the log fence and which one is the log wall fence. I think the one around his house is the log wall fence, and the one around the farm is the log fence. Here I'm experimenting with what furniture I wanted to do. I know I wanted to have like a TV and a place for him to sit. To hopefully catch him like sitting there at the TV was like the goal. And I knew I wanted to use lots of food items because he's a lazy villager, and so they always talk about food and bugs. And I used a bell cricket in the build later. On my stream I actually spent like an hour trying to hunt down a cricket to put in this build, so there was a lot of me running around my island catching random bugs. After I placed some trees for the background in this build, I started working on the picnic area, which is one of the main areas that I knew I wanted prior to me actually doing the build. I knew I wanted some kind of picnic blanket with some food on it because, again, lazy villager, all he ever talks about is food and bugs. So I ended up putting like a picnic basket and some other stuff on it, which I think you'll see here in a minute. Right now, I'm just messing around with the things that I wanted to go behind his house and some of the taller items to go around it, because I think it's really important to frame your builds before you start working on the little details, and that's kind of how I work, is I put a lot of the bigger stuff in first. And I see a lot of people do it the other way around, where they'll mark down with a custom design where they're gonna put like their bigger items. And I've tried that, it just doesn't seem to work for me. My next speed build that I have recorded right now, I put a lot of big stuff in it, and I really didn't plan where it went beforehand. I just put it down and planned everything else around that. So I think that's how I work better. I think I work better putting down the bigger things first and putting the tiny details around it later. Of course, I always put in anything that costs money to put down, like inclines or bridges or buildings, after I'm 100% certain that's where I want them. Because you'll notice I moved the dirt plot where I have his house marked out in the beginning of this video. I moved it after I set it down first. And if I would have had to pay to move his house twice, I would have been kind of disappointed. And I think his yard came out really good in the space that I used it in. So I think putting it down where I originally put that dirt wouldn't have given me enough space to do everything I wanted to do with his yard. So I'm glad I took the opportunity to edit before I paid to move his house. Because then I would have had to move it around 3 times to get it to go in the right spot, and that's just not fun. So here I'm putting some water features in. I think his yard was kind of bland, so I wanted to put some kind of terraforming in. I did like a cliff and a little bit of water next to Shino's build, but I just didn't have enough room here to do a cliff, and I didn't really want to. I more wanted like a flat open area with some water around it, which is what I ended up doing. So that was what I did. I will catch you again at the end of the video, and we will tour it together. I think we're about to witness a miracle. Oh my goodness, yes! Do what you need to, Poppy. I know you can't even see her. She's right there. I've been waiting for her to move out for like a month. Anyways, welcome back. Here is the finished build. I haven't done the house behind it yet because I don't know who I want to live here, actually. So this spot is empty, but maybe whoever replaces Poppy can go back there. That is an exciting idea for me. So there's this little spot up here where you can sit in the chair, and it's a baby chair, so it makes a squeaky noise when you sit on it. But it's got a little sandwich, and it's got cartoons playing. You can watch the show. I would like to one day catch him sitting there, but I don't know if I will. And here's his little picnic. He's got his little cricket friend. And yeah, I think he would honestly enjoy living next to the farmer's market, and it's kind of coincidence that these two areas ended up right next to each other, but I think he would like it. I feel like he would come over and maybe help water the plants every now and then. And his closest neighbor is Shino. I kind of have a little story about them being friends or possibly in some kind of relationships. That's why I put them next to each other, because I like to think that at the very least they talk to each other. So yeah, this is his little build. I'm very excited about Poppy moving out. I know that has absolutely nothing to do with this video, but I can do another villager hunt video. I've got tons of tickets still, so we can do another villager hunt video. Here is the finished product. I hope you liked this video. If you did like it, please let me know by liking the video, leaving any comments, suggestions that you may have. I think his yard is pretty cute, and I can't wait to do more of an extension of it on the beach once I get some flower storage cleaned out. There's just a big field of yellow flowers over here right now. But yes, if you like this video, please like it, leave any comments. It would mean a ton if you would subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos. I know January is a pretty slow month for a lot of YouTubers. If you subscribe to me, it would mean a ton, and I will see you all later. Bye!